Hello everybody and welcome to G for G, Games for Gamers. Today we're going to answer the question, should I buy the Son of the Demon set that is currently up in the store until September 17th? I'm going to give it a quick sum up and say 95% no. This is not a set that is worth 192 gold. However, there is two caveats that I will apply to the purchase decision. If you like running a lot of bleeders, you may want to get it, or if you like using Satana, you may want to get that, especially if you combine the two. Today's background soundtrack is brought to you by the Final Fantasy Battle Theme Mix. A link will be up in the description. So let's take a look at the set. You have 4 pieces: the Chalice of Souls, the Devourer, the Scourging Gaze, and the Heir of Hell. Most of these traffic in magic, and they have a few other things. They have a dark bargain just like the demon set, but it actually has no synergy with the demon set other than the fact that they have magic in common. You would have thought they could have made a nice crossover, but they didn't. Chalice of Souls, the weakest item in the list. It is a quick action, 3 rounds, it's magic, it's a buff, so it would be a quick action with snappy service if it wasn't a quick action. Phylactery brings the agent back to life before this character's first action. Well, what that means is, let's take standard PvP combat in the modern meta. You're facing a quick lock team. Quicksilver goes first, your agent goes second. Your agent uses the phylactery as a quick action, targets the member of your team that is going last in that particular round. So let's say on your team you were running Psylocke and Archangel, like I usually do. If Archangel was the last person to act before Quicksilver, I would target Archangel, and that means if I die before Archangel takes his first action, I would resurrect. Not bad for a Quicksilver Psylocke meta where you might just be ultra focused and could die in the first round. Still, it's very, very risky. Not really worth the item. The Devourer, this is the meat of the set, and this is where, if you're running bleeder teams, the Devourer is pretty nice. It is melee slashing magic, it hits everybody, it has no cooldowns, it causes 1 stack of bleeds. If you have weakened, you have a chance to cause incapacitation, and it causes exposed on you. Hey, here's Final Fantasy American 2, or what we know as Japanese 4. This brings back memories. Blood Curse turns you into the Black Knight. You have a chance to follow up when you attack an enemy with bleeds, or an enemy with bleeds attacks your team. Really good for your Fandrels, your Electras, anybody, Sabretooth. Fandrel and Electra have the best synergy with this because they can put out AoE right away in the first turn. And Fandrel can put out 3 bleeds in the first turn. And he can reapply it if it gets scrolled off or something. Scourging Gaze, customized, 2 rounds, it's magic, it is not a quick action, it applies off balance to everybody, it applies corner to everybody, and if you have dizzy, it applies generalized. These 2 are solid. This makes up about 70% of the set, and this makes up 30%. However, in order to get the generalized, you need to be running the Phylactery, the Chalice of Souls. That's where this sucks. An AoE generalized is fantastic. You can do it with some other things, like the Sonic Guns, but it's nice. And then the Heir of Hell, which causes Bane, it's single target, melee slashing magic, it causes Death Frost, it causes Soulfire if you have exposed, it causes slowed on you. So these 2 have synergy, and honestly these 3 together are probably really solid. So you can run the Cube and these 3, but then you don't have the AoE generalized, unless you're running Satana, and that's where she comes into play for this set. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the simulator and show you 2 ways that you can run this group. We're going to start off with the Satana style, and this is what allows me to apply generalized without running the stupid Chalice. Alright, so Sin's gonna go first. She attacks Fandral, who's gonna get an extra turn. So what's good about this is now, boom, 3 stack of bleeds on the enemy team. That's stealthy. I don't know why she gets the counter, even though she counters melee. That sucks. Alright, so now she's bleeding. We have a chance to proc Devour, and Devourer didn't proc. I'm not going to use the Scourging Gaze yet because I cannot apply Customize with it. I don't want to lead with the Devourer because of this dude getting in my face. So I'm just going to run the Blackest Void for now. Fortunately, Satana is going to go before my agent's second turn, which is going to be a nice turn order. So she's bleeding. Still haven't procced the Devourer. Alright, so now we have Dizzy on the agent. Now we get to apply Generalized, which is finally going to shut down the Infiltrator. That's pretty nice. And at this point I can either go with this or On Guard. I think I'll go with On Guard to help my team out a little bit. There's the ISO applying Distracted. There's the Depower. Still haven't had Devourer proccing yet. So I'm going to help him out a little bit. So, we can apply the Light Fantastic now, because I don't care about Dizzy from Satana. I've applied my Generalize. I'm not going to remove the debuffs from the set. They stay on me because I'm still wearing the weapons. Oh, Sweet Nothings is proccing rather decently. Even procced when she hit her... Wow, 2 in a row for her. Really nice. Alright, so now we're going to apply my other debuff that she can do. We'll take out Power Armor. Now we can use the Devourer without the agent. This guy getting in my face. Let's see if we can get some single target attacks proccing Devourer over here. Alright, there we go. That's what Devourer does. Because I was attacking a bleeding target, Devourer jumped in. Even if the target dies, because Devourer is an AoE, it will jump in. Here we go with Final Fantasy VIII. And I can't do anything due to the stamina. So now, still haven't countered a bleeding target yet. Really, we're only going to get one Devourer this entire time. That's kind of awful. Yep. So in the 3 battles that I've done with this so far with my old Devourer, it's only procced once each fight. So that should maybe give you a little bit of clue. Now let's go ahead and run a bleed heavy team. And I've got the E regulator in there just for a little bit of help. Let's go ahead and run the Batstone. Now you could put Thorny over here and get the shield, and people who attack you will bleed. That's a possibility. However, not too thrilled about that. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run the Whistling Steel so that I can shut down this guy. So now this is a bleed heavy team. Another way you can do this is with Movie Groot and Movie Drax. That would be a pretty good team to Devour. Alright, so first off, I'm going to hit this guy. Just, oh, stupid power armor. I forgot about that. Ah, bumped up my attack over there from the Whistling Steel. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and lead with this. And Sin's going to get in my face Which she shouldn't because it's a stealthy attack. Stupid game. So here's a bleeding target hitting me. Devourer could proc, and Whistling Steel does instead. This exploits bleeds, but I'm going to go ahead and... Let's see, is he cornered or anything? No, he just can't counter. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and see if maybe the power armor and still jumping in. So that, as you can see, that's one of the weaknesses of the set, is the... Nope, there's... So Whistling Steel is doing a fantastic job. Devourer is asleep at the wheel. Alright, so this is going to be a video about how Whistling Steel is awesome, apparently. Alright, so let's add internal bleeding to everybody. So now these guys have bleeding ×2 and internal bleeding. We'll just go ahead and use the gun. Pretty nice damage. The power armor's out. Let's give him the full stack. So Electra dodged nicely, which is pretty cool. Still, no Devourer counterattacking. Alright, now my Devourer is actually attacked. Whistling Steel procs. So, we have no procs from the Devourer on this. Bleeding ×2 and internal bleed. So, apparently you can only have 3 bleeds. At least one of the stacks is internal. So, there you go. Devourer didn't even proc this entire battle. It was absolutely useless. It was much better than that at one point in time. It might run really well with, say, Fandral, the Black Knight, and the Devourer, but that's why I'm going to say the purchase is a no. You can get around it a little bit with massive bleeders on your team, like Electra, like Fandral, like the Black Knight, like Groot and Drax doing their movie suit stuff and everything like that, which would be pretty good. The hemorrhaging. Ares might not be too bad, but it's just not worth it. It's really hard to pull off, and the Devourer was not proccing at all, but you can see how good Whistling Steel was. So, there you go, my answer to should I buy the Son of the Demon set. I'm going to go with a no. Even if you have a really good bleed combo, it's probably not worth your near 200 gold just to get a Devourer, which was completely lying down on the job. So, hope you enjoyed this video here on G4G, Games for Gamers. Take care, everybody.